Hi, my name is Jennifer Hall, and this is my video presentation, I believe. In 1976, 4.5 million children were denied an education before the legislation started to assist disabled students. This began a rigorous attempt to make laws and guidelines to ensure that all disabled students would receive a solid and equal education to students that did not need special assistance. Lobbying and laws were made into the 1950s and 1960s. However, it was not until the 70s where this landmark court decisions were made that changed the entire landscape for special education. These cases of Brown versus the Board of Education and the 504 Rehabilitation Act paved the way for the IDEA Act presented by Gerald Ford in 1975. With parent and teacher advocates of the SPED program, and the idea of inclusion was born, giving these well-deserved students resources to assist in their learning in public schools. This case opened several doors and continued to the Supreme Court, opening the public schools and providing equal education for all students wanting to learn without being judged by ethnic, race, religion, or disability, which came along with the stance that it was against the 14th Amendment and the Equal Protection Clause of said, the EPC. This case started off 5 cases before reaching the Supreme Court for the final judgment. Jesse Greenspan, published in May 16, 2014, over 1/3 of the states segregated their schools by law. Brown versus Board of Education started off as 5 cases in 1950 and 1951, where the lawsuits were finally filed. The lower court cases all ended in defeat. None of the 5 lower courts did away with the laws, but the plaintiffs took great personal risks to be part of the case after the lawsuits were filed. The IDEA, or IDEA, provides early intervention and special education services to children and their parents at no cost to them. IDEA also is a governing agency that assists over 7.5 million infants, toddlers, children, and youth with disabilities. This law makes it available for free public education to eligible children with disabilities throughout the country. And IDEA Act ensures special education-related services to children. The IDEA Act assists in early intervention, special education, and related services for families at no cost to them. FERPA, Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, a federal law that helps parents have access to their children's education records. It also allows parents the right to have the records amended and the right to have a hand in the release of their education records. This assists the families and the parents, and it also protects the children. Inclusion. Special education started with a segregation, was at its starting points to open up a new type of world when it came to people of different color, race, religion, gender, and disability. Seeing the world through the eyes of people needing to fight for their freedoms rather than having privilege to them could only be changed through the law and the fight of the people for a better country. That would being equal for education and in life. To know that the laws have continued to change, and in most cases for the better. As a nation, we seem to be striving for a more equal and fair country, not only to be utilized by privilege, but by all people. Opening a door to special education programs is opening an education dream for so many disabled students that otherwise would be at home with no resources to assist them. These laws have reached greatness. However, they need to change with the world, or special education could be back at square one. This is a need to fight type of issues, and keeping it in the forefront of all issues is the best way to keeping it true, changing with the times for the students and their families. Thank you for your time, and I hope this information is beneficial.